Hello, this is Chuck Carnevale. This is an introduction to the Historical and Associated Performance F.A.S.T graphs. The Historical F.A.S.T graphs research tool provides a clear historical perspective of a company's operating results, stock prices, and historical valuations. Their primary purpose is to illustrate the strong correlation and functional relationship between earnings and market price in the long run. These charts and graphs capture volumes of fundamental data at a glance. However, it's important to understand that they are only tools to think with and should only represent the starting point to more extensive fundamental research. On the other hand, in an instant, these powerful tools can tell the user more about the success of the business behind the companies they are analyzing than any other research tool available. Perhaps the best way to understand the historical F.A.S.T graphs is to first look at each of their major components individually before combining them into a complete historical F.A.S.T graph. The navigation bar is the long rectangular shaped bar to the left of the graph. Most manipulations of the F.A.S.T graphs can be accomplished by merely checking or unchecking any of the boxes. The major components being referred to here are first the valuation growth rate line, then the normal PE ratio line, then the price line, and finally the two dividend areas. If the company pays a dividend, of course. First, let's build a complete F.A.S.T graph on Oceaneering International Inc., stock symbol OII. I am going to build a complete historical graph one component at a time by unchecking all the boxes except the valuation growth rate line. Then, by adding each of the other important components one at a time, I will present a vivid demonstration of what we mean when we say essential fundamentals at a glance. With this first iteration, I have earnings only plotted on Oceaneering International for the past 15 calendar years, which include 2 years of estimates. Next, I will add monthly closing stock prices, which will be a black line, by simply checking the price line box to illustrate how the F.A.S.T graphs demonstrates and proves the earnings and price relationship and correlation. With a lot of short-term volatility in between, in the long run, stock price follows earnings. Next, I will check the dividend area boxes, which will first show dividends, if any, as a light blue shaded area stacked on top of earnings after they are paid out to shareholders. Simultaneously, F.A.S.T graphs draws the pink line within the green shaded area, which represents dividends prior to being paid out to shareholders. There are important reasons why F.A.S.T graph presents dividends in both formats. The light blue shaded area of dividends stacked on top of the orange earnings justified valuation line provides the perspective that dividends represent the second component of total return, or income. In contrast, the orange earnings justified valuation line correlates with stock prices, which drives the other component of total return, capital appreciation. However, if there is cyclicality within the earnings history of the company, since the blue shaded area is stacked on top of the orange earnings line, the user would be presented with the illusion that the dividend dropped along with the earnings when this occurred. Therefore, by simultaneously expressing the dividends as the pink line within the green shaded area, or earnings, a truer record of the company's dividend history is revealed. Moreover, the pink line also represents a graphical presentation of the company's dividend payout ratio. All the earnings below the pink line represent the portion of earnings that the company has paid out as dividends. Finally, we add the normal PE ratio line, which is the dark blue line on the graph, by simply checking the normal PE ratio line box, which provides an important additional valuation measurement, the historical normal PE ratio. In this example, I'm using Procter & Gamble to illustrate the importance of the normal PE ratio. This line shows the user how and at what level the market has historically valued each business. When all boxes are checked, a complete historical F.A.S.T graph is created. As an aside, if the subscriber has taken the complete F.A.S.T graphs apart, as I've done here with 3M, and gets confused on how to put it back together, they can simply click the word graphs located just under our phone number, and it resets the F.A.S.T graph to its complete form. Since a picture is worth 1,000 words, I'm going to create a group of 5 companies by typing each of their symbols into the ticker box followed by a comma. And then by clicking the Go button, we will be able to scroll through each example. Notice as I do this how quickly your perspective of business is formed. I have contrasted steady and smooth earnings growth with cyclical and collapsing earnings with these examples. Just below the main historical F.A.S.T graphs are two additional graphs which are only available to premium subscribers, that each represent two important fundamental valuation considerations. The top graph shows year-end price-earnings ratios overlaid with historical interest rates, and the bottom graph shows price to sales. Then just below these two graphs is the historical performance results associated with the main historical F.A.S.T graph drawn above. Performance results are automatically compared to the S&P 500. Upon logging into the F.A.S.T graphs research tool, all of these important boxes are pre-checked so that all the user needs to do is type in the stock symbol and then click the Go button to draw a complete F.A.S.T graphs. The box marked Select Years has a drop-down that allows the user to draw historical F.A.S.T graphs for a period of time as short as 2 years, sequentially all the way out to 20 years. The associated performance results to include a dividend cash flow table if the company pays dividends are automatically provided for whatever time frame the user chooses. This can be especially useful to illustrate how valuation can impact shareholder returns over time. Note that these performance results are date-to-date calculations with the specific dates found at the top of the report. The ability to add or delete any of these additional graphs can be a useful function of this dynamic tool. This is a very useful option if you plan to conduct a quick review of numerous companies in rapid succession. With fewer graphs to draw, the page views can move a lot more quickly. The navigation bar also has a box that can be checked in order to draw logarithmic graphs. Additionally, there are two links written in yellow ink taking you to Google Finance or Microsoft MSN websites. Note that there is a third yellow link towards the bottom of the navigation bar that allows subscribers to cross-check earnings estimates by Zach. There is one additional historical F.A.S.T graph navigational item only available to the premium subscriber. Premium subscribers have the ability to click the gray rectangular button titled Review, which takes you to an area of the historical F.A.S.T graphs that allows you to review specific historical time frames. In this section, you will see two buttons with drop-down windows titled Start Year and End Year. By clicking the drop-down window, the premium subscriber can pick a history that they would like to examine. For example, 1999 to 2003. A final feature of the historical F.A.S.T graphs is the link to the company's website at the top of the earnings and price correlated graph. This allows the subscriber the ability to begin a more comprehensive research effort on any company they would be interested in learning more about, because it takes you directly into the company's own website. This is further evidence of the F.A.S.T graph's ability to aid the subscriber in conducting comprehensive, fundamental research deeper and faster than ever before. This has been the second in a series of 5 demos that illustrate the enormous power and benefits of the F.A.S.T graph research tool. The next demo will cover the basics of how to use the forecasting portion of the F.A.S.T graphs research tool.